Alright, the first thing we're going to animate here is the stand fixed aim still.jmo. This basically tells the game how to move the turret around when the Master Chief looks around at whatever he's aiming at. And what we have here is the frame versus the position. And what this means here is at these keyframes here, at these frames in the animation, the turret is going to be in these positions. We start at the default frame, which is basically how the vehicle is when it's just not being occupied, its default position. And we're going to swing around here and animate the turret at each of these points. Down back, down right, down front, etc., all the way around. You'll get a better idea what I mean when we go into Max. So let's go back in here. And what we're going to do first is click the little time key configuration here. That's this one. And set the length to 15. That gives us 16 total frames, counting 0. Grab your frames, the 3 frames here, select them, hit set key, and make a keyframe. That's your first keyframe. At frame 0, this is the position of these 3 frames. Now what we're going to do here is the first position here you can see is down back. I'm not going to worry about the down, middle, up right now. I'm just going to worry about which way this turret is facing. So I'm going to go to the first frame and I'm going to swing that all the way around backwards and set a key. And the next one is down right. So I'm going to face the turret to the right, the front, the left, and back again. At frame 6, the turret is also back, 5 and 6. So you're going to want to insert another keyframe at 6, and then go to 7. Oops, I lost my frame here. Grab the frame again, and at 7, keep swinging this around again. What I did there was, I do this a lot actually, I move the frame before moving the keyframe there. Make sure that's at 8, then set the keyframe, set it to 9, then set the keyframe, etc. And once again, 2 frames at back. Forward again. Left. And back. Alright, now it's just moving around there. Save this first. Set up an animations folder. And while you're at it, set up your physics folder as well. That's where the collision model is going to go. Save this as aim. I don't really care. Doesn't matter. It just matters what your JMO name is here. Stand fixed aim still. Down, back, down. Okay, so 1 through 5 are down. Go to 1. You're going to want to select your frame gun. And you're going to want to move this to the down position, which is going to be about there. That's when he's looking as far down as he can. 1 through 5 are down, so... Now we move back up again. Level, which is right there. These next 5 are level. And then the chief, as he's looking as far up as he can. That looks about right. Okay, now we have our entire animation there. The only other node here that you have to animate is this one, the gunner, because you want him to move his body as he's looking around. You want him to start to crouch when he looks up, and you want him to stand higher when he's looking down. Just makes it look a lot better in game. So here you're going to want to move him up when it's down. You can play around with that once you see it in game, see if you like it or not. Go ahead and keyframe all these. Now he's going to move back down. Get him in his original position, which is 35 up. And set all these keys. Now he's going to be crouched down really far. So right about there. Alright, that is everything as far as this animation goes. The only other animation that we have to do is the shooting animation, which is when he is firing the gun, how the gun moves when he's firing it. So go into animations and stand fixed aim still.jmo. There's a little dash between the aim and the still. Alright, this animation is a lot simpler. It's the vehicle firing animation, and basically it controls the barrels and how they spin while the Master Chief is firing. As you can see, it loops. It ends up where it starts. And that's what you want to make it look nice and smooth in game. So let's go to our scene here. Once again, click the time configuration and set the length to 4. Now we want to make sure that this spins properly here. So we want the pivot to be right in the center of the frame. So go to the hierarchy tab here and go to Effect Pivot and Center to Object. Now it centers it right up there with the turret. Okay. Now we can set a keyframe. Rotate that 90. Another 90. Keep going here. And this should end up exactly where it started. It's kind of hard to see because it's not smooth. That's what an overlay animation does there. But if you do it really fast, it kind of looks like it's how it's going to in-game. Another thing that we want it to do, instead of just spin, is grab the frame gun here, and we're going to want it to move back and forth a little bit while he's firing. So set your first keyframe and move that just a little bit back, barely any. Oops. Make sure again that you move this first. Okay. Move that up again. Up again. And back again. So that first it's still back 1, forward 1, forward 1, back 1. So it ends up where it started. And there we go. That's our firing animation. So go up and export in your animations as vehicle firing.jmo. And you're done your animations. So let's save that up, exit out.